Welcome back. We can now automatically drop constant and quasi-constant features utilizing the open source Python library Feature Engine. And in this notebook, I will show you how you can do that. We need to import from Feature Engine selection the DropConstantFeatures transformer. Then we're going to load the same dataset that we've used throughout this section. We're going to separate the dataset into train and test. And to remove constant features, we need to just create an instance of the DropConstantFeatures transformer, indicating tol to 1. When we set up the tolerance to 1, we're going to remove all those features that have only one value. With the parameters variables, we can pass none, and then the transformer will evaluate all the variables in the dataset. Or alternatively, we can pass the group of variables that we want the transformer to evaluate. And then with missing, we can indicate if we want to ignore missing values or raise the missing values. To find the constant features, we just need to apply the fit method exactly as we would do with any transformer from Scikit-learn. And then, in the attribute features to drop, we will find all the constant features in our dataset. We can go ahead and examine the number of features that were constant, and you can see that is 34, just the same number that we found when we implemented this technique manually. We can go ahead and examine the values of the first constant feature found by the transformer, and we can see that it has only one value, the value 0, so it is indeed constant. And to remove the features, we just need to do selector.transform, like with Scikit-learn, and pass the dataset that we want to transform, that is the data from which we want the features that are constant to be removed, and capture this in a new variable. And here you can see that now the dataset contains all the features except the constant ones. If we wanted instead to remove quasi-constant features, when we create the instance of the DropConstantFeatures transformer, in the tolerance, we pass the tolerance or the percentage of observations that should contain only one value in order to consider this feature quasi-constant. The DropConstantFeatures from Feature Engine implements the same code that we did when we did this manually, utilizing value counts and the length of the data to determine the percentage of observations per value. And then, if most observations present only one value, in particular, if more than 99% of the observations show one value, they will be dropped. With fit, we make the transformer find the quasi-constant variables. Here we can see that the transformer found 108. In the attribute features to drop, we can find the quasi-constant variables. And then we can go ahead and determine the percentage of observations, for example, in the first quasi-constant feature found by this transformer. And we can see that most of the observations show the value 0. This is why it was considered quasi-constant and will be dropped from the dataset. We can examine another feature that was determined quasi-constant, and we see that again, most of the observations show the value 0. And in order to remove these quasi-constant features, we apply the transform method over the dataset that we want to transform, and that's it. Automatically, it removes the quasi-constant variables.